to this week's look at action on film. And we're in San Francisco in 1988 for the Sean Connery, Mark Harmon action thriller, The Presidio, directed by Peter Hyams, who is no stranger to action scenes and the movies which include Capricorn 1, Hanover Street, Outland with Sean Connery, and a couple of movies with JCVD. Or Jean-Claude Van Damme, as he's otherwise known, Time Cop and Sudden Death. So, let's take a look at Presidio. So, The Presidio from 1988, directed by Peter Hyams, a terrific movie. And it starts with a car chase, amongst other things, but we've got Frank Orsatti driving the car in front, this car here, little ramps built in so they can do the jumping. Pete Antico, stuntman there, is the passenger in the car. And again, little ramps just put at the side there. San Francisco, of course, famous for its car jumps. And no excuses here for this. And of course, the car roll itself is performed by Steve Picerni. Look, there's a little pipe just inside there, rolls the car. This now is a separate shot. This is a shot of the car being exploded and rolled over. There's nobody inside that. It's a pyro job. Moves on to the bar sequence. Of course, Rocky Capella just there in shot there. And in front of us now we will see Ronnie Rondell, stuntman Ronnie Rondell, just to the right of shot. And it's Mark Harmon and Sean Connery discussing what's going on. Now, the dude walking down the steps at the back is Rick Zumwalt. He's the bully in this particular sequence. He's also 5 times world arm wrestling champion and weighs over 300 pounds. And a pretty good actor, by all accounts. So there is this particular sequence. Ronnie not entirely certain what's going on here, clearly. But what's basically happening is he keeps calling him General. That's the problem. And he's getting egged on by his mates. And so, you know, there's nothing else for it. Connery's going to have to let go at some point. And this is the snapping point when the cigar gets popped into the coffee. Oh, there we go. Now, there's trouble. And Connery explains the rules of this particular decision.
Now, are you sure you want to have a fight? Because I'm only going to use my thumb.
Thumb?
My right thumb. Left one's much too powerful for you.
So the fight starts. The method he's using, the thumb fight, it's called Hapkido. And now he falls into Ronnie Rondell. A particular martial art that's being used here. Takes a swing. Oh, misses. Bang! Through the table that Janet Brady sat at. Haven't been able to identify this guy. And of course the thumb going in left, right and centre. And now in the background there is Carl Cefalio and Amy Wilder sat at a table. And Carl's just going to get whack. Oh, the whole lot right on top of him. And he's not done yet. He's going to start throwing the furniture about and waving the thumb at him. He's angry now. Trip into the bar. And now a speech to tell him where he went wrong.
You see these little oak leaves? They're silver. That means that I'm a lieutenant colonel. If they were gold, then I'd be a major. You understand?
Yes, sir.
That's good. Because the next time you see an officer of the army, you'll be able to recognize his rank. And he won't get pissed off and accidentally hurt you. Understand?
Yes, sir.
Good.
Well, a splendid way to end that fight, I thought. Now let's take a look at Mark Harmon and his double, Norman Howell. Director Peter Hyams, not only directing but also the director of photography in this, relies heavily on Glenn Wilder, his stunt coordinator here, to arrange and coordinate all of the action, who in turn relies on Norman Howell to look after his lead star, Mark Harmon.
I've worked with Norman for quite a while, and I trust his judgment implicitly. If he tells me he thinks it's difficult and he should handle it alone, I let him handle it alone. And most times he'll do it, and then I'll do it, and hopefully that gives the editor an advantage that he might not have in other instances, and I don't care about any of it as long as the scene wins. I'm no hero about the stunt part of it, and I'll do whatever I need to do to make it believable for the character, but Norman Howell looks more like me than I look like me, so I let him do the really hard stuff.
And that really hard stuff includes this fabulous duo car knockdown. Norman Howell doubling Mark. In front is stuntman Steve Kelso, who's doubling the other actor. Just catches it there above the right-hand side and goes part way over. It looks like there's a number of takes. He's going past the roof, and then it cuts here, and he's leaving the side of the roof, which gives the impression that there are a number of takes. The final take in the picture, I think, has him going all the way over the top, and of course Norman just at the edge, giving him a glancing blow, the car, as it goes by. But it's very, very tricky and very, very well worked out. Now, of course, Mark has to dive in and take up some of the action himself by rolling into shot. There's the car going through shot. The camera position is just over here, and he rolls in, boom, straight onto his mark. Again, from an editing point of view, that then makes life a lot simpler for the editor, and the camera then zooms in for the final shot. It's very, very well worked out. So Steve Kelso doing an amazing job there, but we'll have a look at that clip, and you'll see that the edit itself gives the impression there was more than 2 takes on that knockdown. They got it from a number of different angles. There are other options available, of course. So this is the sequence that leads up, of course, to that duo fall. The arrest doesn't go quite textbook, and your man is away. And here is that scene we were looking at, and it's Norman Howell. So they used the Norman Howell edit instead of Mark Harmon. He's done it, the directors looked at it, the editors looked at it, and they've said, no, we'll use the stuntman, and that's what's happened. It's a foot chase now through the streets. Many of the individuals that you're looking at who are being clobbered en route will be guys who have been brought in, or indeed, you know, members of the public who've been asked and said, look, this is what's going to happen. Chances are they're actors. But look, it's very physical. He's doing a lot. Mark Harmon's doing a lot of his own physical stuff. Lots of running, lots of chasing, lots of barging into people. But a lot, as I say, some of those individuals may well be people who've been brought in. Look, stand here. Now, they're going to run into, this is the 2 actors, they're going to run into the Chinese restaurant. These are the 2 actors running away, and in there, and there is Norman Howell. Now he's running towards camera, doubling Mark Harmon. Coming in, first person he clocks is Kenny Endosa, and Philip Chong are the, that's the second guy. This is Steve Kelso going out through the window, and Mark Harmon goes on after him. Now he's just about to get and clip Jeff Amada on the way down, and believe it or not, it's not that guy there. It's the guy in the check shirt that he's about to hit. And look, Mark really pushing the boundaries here, running across there, bang, just clips Jeff on the way past. And now they're going to catch up. Nice dismount here off the top of the car as well. Bang, slide, lovely. Now they're going to catch up with each other. And he's just starting to catch him. He's catching him. He's just going to get there. And the editing means that, look, I'm getting to the end. And then comes the car over the top. And there. Now, I think that's a separate edit. I think they've put a separate edit in, but it looks terrific.
Shit.
So here we are in the final part of the picture, inside the bottling factory. And this is where Alan Graff gets it. Oop, down he goes. Geoffrey Brown gets his as well through the window. And then Jay Austen decides, let's have the machinery on. Make life a bit simpler for us, we can hide. You remember we talked before about the 2-man switch? Well, here is a version of the 2-man switch. Mark Harmon now goes behind the crates, and from the other side comes Norman Howell. Why? Well, it becomes apparent now because they're about to get fired upon, and this little lot is going to come crashing down. You don't need the actor to be in there. And also it's very physical. This is a very, very physical movie for both of the actors. You've seen Mark Harmon throwing himself about on the floor during that foot chase. Well, here's Sean Connery, a man who is not a young man by any state of the imagination, but certainly still very fit, always kept himself very fit. All of this is him. Watch this water hit him now. Bang! Look at that. The real force of that throws him down onto the floor. Absolutely extraordinary, but he's game as is long. Here's Norman Howell again, doubling Mark Harmon in close-up, jumping around, dives onto the conveyor, and then Mark Harmon comes back for the kill shot. And, it's great fun. It's a wonderful film, and it's well worth another look. Well, that's it for another week, and I hope you enjoyed that. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already done so, and tune in next week where we take a trip with one of the biggest names in action cinema, Chuck Norris, in Good Guys Wear Black. So, until then, it's bye for now.